It's not a stretch for me to say that some of my all-time favorite video game memories would involve Mario Party for the N64. I mean, this was our jam as kiddos. Summer days with my pals were just about going bike riding, getting Baskin Robbins, and then everybody comes home, plays some Mario Party. There honestly weren't a lot of games like it at the time. I mean, 4-player multiplayer was just starting to emerge, but when Nintendo dropped this bad boy, it all made sense. It was a simple concept that was perfectly executed. 4 players are smacked onto a game board and take turns moving spaces to collect as many coins and stars as they can. After every turn, there's a minigame where players compete in a challenge to gain extra cash. There were items, special event spaces, and a myriad of methods to screw over your opponents. Then came the clones. Pac-Man Fever, Sonic Shuffle, Who's Party Game? Shrek Super Party, Disney Party, Wii Party. Nintendo just ripping off themselves with this one. With Mario Party, Nintendo created a whole damn genre. Even still, for 8 entries, Mario Party reigns supreme. But then, a disturbance in the force. Hudson Soft is bought out and absorbed into Konami, and Nintendo hands over the development rights to ND Cube. In Mario Party 9, these new guys took over and decided to shake things up. They threw all the players in a single car.
Come on, man.
The boards were redesigned as a linear path to the finish.
Come on, man.
Stars were swapped for these mini stars for some reason.
Come on, man. Give me a little break here.
All of these changes effectively drained Mario Party of everything that made it fun. I mean, kudos to these guys for trying to revitalize the series, but this just wasn't the way. Longtime fans saw this for what it was, a nice attempt to shake things up, but ultimately a misstep for the franchise. And then they made 3 more of these things. You see why I have trust issues? For a few years there, it seemed like the old Mario Party we knew and loved was dead. But then E3 2018 rolled around, and...
all or nothing.
Oh my God!
Mario Party was coming to the Switch, the old way of doing things was back, and you know what? I gotta say something here. Nintendo has always maintained a design philosophy that emphasizes experimentation.
The graveyard of any industry is filled with the headstones of companies who decided to keep doing things the same old way. Playing only on the margin, making things just a little bit better.
Now, homie's got a point, but it's also important to remember that different doesn't always equal good. Nintendo is a proud company. When they decide to take a franchise in a new direction, it's very rare for them to second guess themselves. They got a history of stubborn design choices and actively ignoring audience feedback. Rarely do we see Nintendo do a 180 and actually listen to the fans. So I mean, credit where credit is due, guys. Thank you. Now, it's already been a couple years since they released Super Mario Party for the Switch, and I mean, we used to get these games basically annually back in the day, so it's not out of the realm of possibility that we'll see a sequel for the Switch coming soon. But honestly, why just sit around and wait for a sequel when we have
imagination?
So go ahead, grab a snack, grab your blankie, get comfortable, because today we're going to design Super Mario Party 2. So I guess the best place to start is by looking at the original package and seeing what works and what doesn't. With Super Mario Party 1, we finally got a Mario Party that's back to basics. Really basic. A common complaint folks have with this game is that there's only 4 game boards to choose from. I've heard a lot of people say that this is laughable, that this is lazy, but I don't think people realize just how much they stuffed into this package as a whole. Look how many modes we got here. A single player minigame campaign. A music game, Toad's Rec Room with minigames that are optimized to be played by combining with another Switch, an intricate River Rapids game which has players working together and playing team-based minigames, an online minigame tournament mode, partner party mode, a photo studio mode. Admit it, y'all forgot about the photo studio. They even went overboard with the overworld. There is literally no practical reason why we need to be able to run around this random plaza to get from game mode to game mode. Now, from an objective standpoint, this game is... There's a golden retriever. There's a golden retriever out there. Doggo! Now, from an objective standpoint, I'd say that Super Mario Party is a packed game. I mean, I don't think it's really possible to look at this and say it's lazy or half-hearted. I just think their efforts were a little misplaced. It lacks a clear direction. The team tried to keep too many plates spinning. And the result is this game that does a lot of things, but doesn't do any of them remarkably well.
Never half-ass two things. Whole-ass one thing.
For the sequel, I want to take all the development effort and resources that went into making all of these modes and restructure. How's about just a few great modes instead of a bunch of okay experiences? Super Mario Party 2 needs to focus on nailing just these 3 modes. Mario Party, a rec room with some extra, more substantial minigames, and some single-player campaign. That's it. The main Mario Party gameplay is getting there. Super Mario Party stripped things down and brought back the traditional gameplay format, but I think the boards themselves need more personality and unique gameplay quirks to keep them engaging. And ND Cube? Well, these are the guys that gave us the gold stage. Personality isn't exactly their strong suit, but I think I found a solution to this issue. And since I don't really trust ND Cube to create any clever, original board designs on their own, I kind of think that maybe it's time they tap into some of the most iconic environments around the Nintendo universe. That's right, I'm talking about a Super Smash Party, baby! Let's go! Anyway, here's my pitch for the 7 game boards that I think would be a slam dunk. First up, it's the new Donk City board. This bustling metropolis from Super Mario Odyssey was one of the most memorable environments in the game. This place has everything: an underground sewer system, a vibrant nightlife, unsettlingly realistic nightmare people. For this map, Mayor Pauline could be the one to sell you the stars in the plaza. Maybe this board could feature a bus system that could transport you to different corners of the map. This could be awesome. The next board is the deserted island from Animal Crossing. Now, y'all might remember a little game called Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival, and this would be just like that, except not terrible in every single way. The board would have you making your way all around the island, taking you past all the most iconic Animal Crossing landmarks like the museum and the resident services building. Timmy and Tommy would obviously be tending little stands to sell you items. I envision this board having a unique seasonal mechanic, where every 5 turns or so, it changes seasons all around the board, and different characters appear for different special event spaces. Next up is the Distant Planet from Pikmin. For this one, the cast of characters is shrunk down to Olimar's size. They wander around a board crawling with monsters and collect Pikmin as they progress. Pikmin can actually follow players around and assist by removing obstacles or revealing secret paths on the board. Olimar can be found on this board, and he needs your help collecting power stars to power up his ship so he can get back home.
Up next, it's Luigi's Mansion. Creepy ghosts haunt the halls in this ghoulish game board. Players must maneuver around the terrifying traps ahead of them. Can the players defeat the evil King Boo and escape the mansion with their lives? You'll have to play to find out.
Sorry. Don't know what happened there. Next up, it's Inkopolis from Splatoon. The colorful and vibrant world of Splatoon is ripe with potential for a game board. I'd love a system where players can use portals to do super jumps. It'd be great to be able to visit the weapons shop and set traps for your opponents like ink bombs. I actually thought about the idea of having characters turn into inklings for this board, but then I didn't want to think about that anymore, so we'll just move on. Now it's time to get in vacation mode, because next up is Woohoo Island. This board is populated by Miis and has the players jogging all the way around the island, which would probably make this the biggest board in the game. This could feature a section where the players have to canoe across a pond to get to the other side, or maybe even have them hang gliding off a mountain at one point. Maybe I'm crazy, but I think Woohoo Island was made to be a game board. Last but not least, it's Donkey Kong Jungle from the Donkey Kong Country series. It would be so fun seeing Mario and the gang finally interacting with all the different Kongs spread throughout the board. This level could take you through all the memorable environments from the DKC series, like it could have a section based on the mysterious ruins, the Kremlin-covered beaches. It could even include a minecart section. Not to mention, your currency in this board is bananas instead of coins. I mean, I kind of think that goes without saying. And that's all 7 boards. 7 boards that are unique and distinct from one another. 7 boards that are all packed with personality, fan service, and detail. And now that we've seen all the boards, there's just a couple more features that I'd like to see added to this game mode to make this game the best it can be. I'd love to take some inspiration from Mario Party 2 with this one and have the characters dress up for each board. For instance, the Luigi's Mansion board can have all the players dressed up with Professor Egad branded ghost hunting uniforms. The Animal Crossing board can have all the players dressed up in tropical Nook Inc. shirts and stuff like that. Mario Party 2 also had this neat feature where each board had a little story to it. For instance, it wasn't just the Western board. They built this whole scenario where famous outlaw Bowser the Brash was in town harassing the citizens. And at the end of the game, instead of just announcing the winner in some ceremony, they have this cinematic cutscene where Bowser was robbing the Koopa Bank. Then someone emerges from the shadows to stand in his way, the winner is revealed, and they send Bowser packing. These might seem like small, pithy cutscenes, but they really made each board more memorable. I think this shows that just a little story context can go a long way. Lastly, I want to talk about minigames. I know it feels weird that I've gotten this far in the video and I'm just now starting to talk about minigames, but that's only because the minigames in Super Mario Party are really the one feature about the game that I'd say they nailed. All the games are fun and figure out clever uses of the Joy-Con. I trust that they have what it takes to make some more. However, where they totally drop the ball is with the special event minigames. There are moments in the first Super Mario Party where everyone faces off in some random challenge like who can sense the Joy-Con rumbling first. Lame stuff like that. Why not instead use these moments to create some memorable stage-specific minigames? On Woohoo Island, they can have a sports challenge like who can shoot 10 hoops in basketball the quickest. Or on the New Donk City board, they can have a dance-off to jump up Superstar. I'd love to see them take advantage of the various franchises they have and just design a few unique games off of them. Since the beginning, the Mario Party franchise has kept itself relevant and fresh by experimenting and toying around with new ideas. However it is that Nintendo decides to proceed, I hope they can rein themselves in a bit and refocus just on that core Mario Party experience. And now's the part I want to hear from you guys. Are you a fan of the direction that ND Cube is taking Mario Party? Are you a fan of their magnum opus Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival? Let me know down in the comments what you're thinking. And really quick, if you enjoyed this video, please go down below, like and subscribe. That really helps out the channel. And if you really want to do me a solid, consider sharing this video with your friends. Think of, one person that might get some value out of this video and send it their way. That sort of support really means the world to me. And with that, another video comes to a close. Thank you all very much for watching. I'm outie.